Carey Pena, and we want to introduce you to a very special lady today, part of our Why I Give segment. This is Jane Turner, and Jane volunteers with the Foster Grandparent Program. Jane, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
So this program is incredible. I love the fact that they have set up an opportunity for incredible people such as yourself who are 55 and older to give back. Tell us why that was important for you.
Well, I love children, that's one reason. And then some children struggle with basic skills. And so I wanted to be a person that would be supportive. I love to encourage them and praise them when they do well. And when that light bulb moment comes on, I like to be there to see that. And so it's been very rewarding to be in the classroom and assist the teacher and help with the students.
So this program basically matches foster grandparents with various academic environments, so you help the teachers and you really have one-on-one relationships with those little kiddos.
Yes,
what has that done for you personally? Because so many, you told me you're 73, you said?
I'm
you look 50, so I need to have a whole conversation with you about that after we finish. But did you get to the point in your life where you said, I could still have more to give?
Yes, I thought about it, and then the one thing that's encouraging about the program is there's a stipend that is offered, and that stipend has helped me bring extra food in the house, has helped me pay bills and everything, and it's not a lot, but it does help, and it's been a tremendous help for me.
And what has it done for your heart and soul to keep giving? Because you're a retired nurse, correct?
Yes, I am a retired LPN from near St. Louis, Missouri area, and I had over 50 years of nurses training. I graduated at 19, so you know that's quite a long time ago, and things have really changed.
What do you think it's been like for you to stay active, to stay engaged? I mean, you're a very sharp woman.
Oh, thank you.
But don't you think that staying engaged and active and if possible to give back really does something for you?
It does. When I walk in the classroom and I see their little smiling faces and they say that I'm there, you know, and sometimes they'll come over and give me a hug or something. And I have grandchildren, but they're all in Missouri and I don't get to see them. So it's like I've adopted a classroom of 28 kids.
Yes.
And I have a wonderful relationship with the teacher. And they've just been so kind. I don't know, it's something about it being around children. I think because grandparents love to be around children.
Yes.
And I really love what I do.
How much do you think it is important to continue to focus on having a purpose in life? Having a purpose, no matter how young or as we age, having a defined purpose.
Well, I think for my part, it gives me a reason to get up in the morning and to face the day and to think about the little things that are done during the day, and I come home feeling better. It's a challenge sometimes, but when I see them progress and master a skill, it is awesome. And the first grade readers are awesome. And the math is kind of complicated for an older person, and I told my the teacher that I assist, Mrs. Crone, she's in the Catalina Ventura school, and it's the Alhambra school district. But anyway, I told her, I said, this is algebra that you're teaching the kids. There's a new way of math, and you know, once you get it, it's really helpful. But when I think back on years ago, there was a struggle to read. You had to memorize the words. You know, now we try to help them sound out a word, and there's some awesome readers in her classroom. Just amazing.
It makes you proud.
Yes, I'm very proud. I really am to be part of it.
It's important to share with the audience your background. Can you tell them about the One Room Schoolhouse?
Oh, yes, I can. You know, this is Black History Month, and I was sharing some of my things on Facebook. I have a page there, several pages. But anyway, I was sharing about, I grew up in a small town and went to a one-room schoolhouse.
In Missouri?
In Missouri, yes. And it's still standing, and they use it for something else right now. But there were 3 of us in my class, and I started when I was 4 years old, and I should not have been there at 4, but there was another boy that was 4 years old. And it had its challenges. And then during the time that schools integrated, that was another challenge for me. And I felt that I was slow and backward. And that was the concept I had about myself. But when we integrated, I found out I was intelligent. It's like, thank you. And I started making the A's and B's. And but then the problem was the deep-seated hatred and racial tensions. And it was very hard to overcome. And I went through a lot of struggles. But there came a point that I realized that having a good education was a way out. So then I put a lot of effort into doing things, and that helped me develop and become who I am. The challenges, the trials, the heartaches, not understanding why we even had to be mixed with the white students and go forward. But now it's so interesting to see all nationalities in the classroom, and they get along, and they are loving kids.
I appreciate you sharing that story, and it is so important to reflect on the history and the hard-fought battles.
Oh, yes.
But I have to be honest and say that, I mean, it pains me just to even hear you saying that, because from my perspective, I can't even imagine having segregation. I can't even.
Thank God it's changed that much.
Yes, and because of warriors like yourself, you're a strong woman. You're a strong African American woman, and you're a woman who continues to give your heart to so many. And you tragically lost your son a few years ago. He had a heart disease.
Yes.
And you said to me before we began taping, I just want to share this as we wrap up, you said God has given you the strength to get through.
Yes, He has. Because, you know, you never think about burying your child. And I had to watch him go downhill. He spent about 42 days in ICU. And, you know, that's terrible. That's intense care. And he had a stroke at 41, but then toward the end of his life, he went into congestive heart failure. And if he would touch you, his hands would feel just cold, absolutely cold. And he had the faith to go through. And there were days that I didn't know. They would call me and say, you've got to come. There was a time I broke my knee, and I had a torn rotator cuff. And they told me, you need to come to the hospital. He's very bad. And I was putting the wheelchair in the car, and that's when I tore this rotator cuff. I had the fractured knee already. And it's like you keep going. And God has given me strength and courage to think about him and know he's in a better place, and to keep going with my life, because we don't know the time that we have.
Jane Turner, thank you so much. Part of the Foster Grandparent Program, and we will put that information all on our website, inspiredmedia360tv.com. Thanks for watching.